So, were you sore on Sunday morning?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously,
More than usual?
more than usual. I mean, played 45 minutes, but as soon as the game was over, I hopped in the cold tub just to get some quick recovery in and stuff like that. Came in Sunday, got treatment with the trainers and stuff like that, so I feel pretty good right now.
Did you get significantly more treatment than you normally do, or was it?
Yeah, for sure, I definitely did. I mean, obviously, when you play a game 45 minutes, the way that that team came out, and the mentality that they came out and played with, obviously, I had to go in and ice up a little bit more.
I heard you were real emotional when you were told about breaking the record after the game. Can you describe how you felt when you heard the news?
It was just a surreal feeling, to be honest, man. I like I said before, I told a few of my teammates that I was gonna try to break it this week, and I really didn't even know the number that needed to be broken. I just went out there and made tackles, and so when they kind of told me, it was just a surreal moment. I almost, pretty much broke down and cried in tears because it was just like, all the hard work, all the, struggles that I've been through, and I finally, seeing, some progress from what I've been working on. So, I was happy, but at the end of the day, I was more so happy in the way that, we fought as a team and the way that we came out with the debut.
Did you have a sense during the game that you had a lot of tackles? I mean, or is that something you don't really think about throughout the course of a game?
I kind of had a sense, obviously, because I was making a bunch of tackles, but I really kind of didn't know the number until pretty much the end of the game when they came up to me and told me the exact number, and I was just like, oh my God, like I didn't know that I was, tackling like that many, you feel me? So, other than that, I didn't really know, but I kind of had a sense, throughout the game.
You're known as a guy that watches a lot of film, a lot of the games. Have you watched Saturday's game again?
Yeah, I watched it a couple times now. Seeing it, done with it. Now I'm on to Baylor.
Who told you that you had 28 tackles?
One of the Mike's guys, media guys on the sideline, came up to me pretty much like right as overtime pretty much was getting ready to get started, and told me pretty much had like 27 at the time, and then we went out for overtime, and so I was just like, oh my God, just gotta keep going to work. So at the end of the day, none of that stuff matters. End of the day, I'm just glad the way the team fought, and I'm glad the way that we came out with the debut. And as long as we get the win, that's all that matters to me.
When did the extra physical toll of that game hit you? Was it sometime during the game or afterwards that you realized how much more sore you were?
Definitely after the game. I'm usually after games, I usually go straight to the cold tub and get in the ice bath and stuff like that. But definitely after the game, I got in the ice bath and I still felt like crap. So, obviously when I went home, it wasn't even like my girlfriend Mir. I went home with her and she was just like, yo, like, what's up? Like, you played a good game. And by the time she got done saying you played a good game, I was asleep. So.
At what point do you use the cold right after the game? What other treatment is there involved physically? I've heard you say you have a day during the week where you do a massage. Is there heat treatment or anything else physically that you do in the 24, 48 hours after a game like that?
Well, yeah, I do a lot of hot and cold stuff. Obviously just to get my body back and stuff like that, and a lot of stretching. Especially, right after the game and stuff like that. And obviously with the massage early in the week, I get a massage, just to, get my body back and stuff like that. But, other than that, pretty much everything the trainers, they have me do, I just tell them, what's hurting, and they tell me what to do. So, it's pretty much on them.
Is it tough to transition from a week like Army to now Baylor?
Obviously physically, you're sore and stuff like that, but that's not an excuse. It takes a couple of days. Like I said, I feel pretty good right now. I feel ready to go. And like I said, after Sunday, pretty much I watched the game a couple of times Sunday, and after that I've been on to Baylor. I've been watching tape on Baylor, so I'm ready and locked in on them.
Because it is such a unique offense with Army, what do you learn from looking back at that game that you can take with you moving forward?
You learn a lot. Obviously with that type of game, the physical style of run that they do and stuff like that, you definitely see, especially what your guys are made of and stuff like that. So, I definitely was able to see that. Definitely able to see the fight in my guys. Throughout the whole game, they only had one play that went for over 14 yards. So, you see the fight. The ability as a defense, to keep fighting and go out there when it's physical and it's getting a war in the trenches like that. You just love seeing that fight out of your guys. So that's just the biggest takeaway I took from the game.
After the game, you were shaking hands with quite a few folks from Army. I'm not mistaken, they were, not just the players.
Right.
Why'd you do that, and why was that important to you?
I mean, after the game, obviously, I was happy that we got the W, but at that point, it wasn't even about football. I mean, I obviously had to shake pretty much every player on Army's hand. I mean, Army's team because of the game that they played. Man, they played a heck of a game. But then, as I was walking in, obviously, greeting the fans and stuff like that. One of the Army people in uniform had said, great game, Murray. And after that, just it wasn't even about football no more. It's just, appreciating them, thanking them for the sacrifices they made. At the end of the day, those guys are the real warriors. They're the ones out here, fighting in different countries, fighting for our freedom and stuff like that, protecting us. So at the end of the day, those guys are real warriors, and they deserve all the thanks and all of my gratitude. So that's just what I was trying to show, is just all my thankfulness and all my gratitude towards them and their sacrifice.
Kenneth, can you talk about your relationship with Curtis Bolton on the field, what he's done this year, and then also about his 23 tackles?
Yeah, Curtis, Buzzy, that's my guy. Me and him, like 1-2 punch. So, I'm always in watching tape with him, stuff like that. And so, I'm able to feed off him. He's able to feed off me. And as far as the 23 tackles, he had a heck of a day as well. And so me and him, we compete on trying to see who can make the most plays every week. And that's really something that me and him really get into. Like, bro, I made more plays than you this week and stuff like that. So, obviously it gets real fun with me and him because we're both competitors and stuff like that. And so, it's just fun being able to play with somebody like that that's going to just be by your side and always have your back.
So do you rub it in at all with him?
Nah, I didn't rub it in. He kind of knew me. I didn't have to rub it in. But, it's always jokes and games with me and him. We always focus. And at the end of the day, between both of us, it doesn't matter how many plays we make. We always focus on the team and, getting the debut. So that's really what we most was happy about, is just getting the win.
So you mentioned watching Baylor. What have you seen from those guys?
Yeah, Baylor so far, man, I've watched, a few games, pretty much all the games from the start of the year. A pretty balanced offense, pretty good attack, spread offense. They like to attack you on the ground, attack you in the air and stuff like that. So we're going to have to be sound all the way around to have a great day versus them. And, I'm looking forward to, getting in, working on the game plan and stuff like that, and just having a great game plan to have a great game Saturday.
Is it strange going from, playing an offense like that to playing Army and then kind of going right back into Big 12?
No, not at all. Actually, I'm pretty happy about it. Obviously, you don't play a triple option team every week the way that we do, so I'm pretty happy to get back to what we're used to.
With the 28 tackles, of course, we know it's a school record, but historically, do you ever read up or watch video of former linebackers and some of the guys here that have played here before?
I got pretty good relationships with a lot of the linebackers, the greats that were here. Obviously me and Teddy Lehman, we have a pretty good relationship, and me and Rufus have a pretty good relationship, and Curtis Laughlin is someone I'm real close to, who I watch tape with pretty much every week, just on developing my game and stuff like that. So I'm pretty close to a lot of the greats around here, and they've all gave me advice and stuff to do and stuff to work on. So I'm always eager to listen, eager to improve, and eager to learn from somebody that's been in my shoes before.
How much those sessions with Curtis help?
Man, they help a lot, man. And just seeing it from his view and seeing the way that he sees it, and how he approached the game and stuff like that. Especially for me, like, it's only my second year playing this position, so seeing it from a guy who's done it, who was a great All-American here, definitely just listening to him and just following in his footsteps.
Did I hear you right that you're looking forward to facing a Big 12 offense maybe for the first time?
Yeah, obviously with the triple option last week, it's something that we don't see every week. So, I'm happy to get back to something that we're used to, and I'm just happy to get it back on the field and play with my brothers.
Anything else for Kenneth? Thank you all.